Morning, Chris.
Morning, bro.
You good?
Yeah, I'm alright.
I'm just trying to get my stream working. For some reason, it's not displaying my my trading window. So
I know, that's why I joined, because it wasn't sharing, whatever. I was like, oh, maybe something.
it does this all the time. For some reason, it just doesn't like the trading window. It will share every screen. It just won't share the trading window.
Do you ever put Discord in streamer mode?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that makes a difference.
It's literally just not doing it. I'll close it down and start a new one. See if that makes any difference. Right, let's open up a new one. Right, here we go. Sorted it. Boy. Alright, let's record today's analysis. Looks like a pretty easy day, to be fair. It should be nice. So have a quick look. Oh, excuse me. Right, so just quick looking at the DXY, taking out the news. Have we taken it? Yeah, we have.
I still can't see your screen checker. It's not important, but
Oh, you can't on Discord. Sorry, no, of course you can't.
yeah, it's fine. It's not a problem, though.
There you go, dude. Right, so yeah, let's do our top down. Obviously, big bearish day overall. So bearish day. Looks like we might be in a bit of a pullback at the moment. We've taken out yesterday's Newswick. The thing is, it's difficulty with the dollar at the moment is obviously quite bullish post-election, but right now the structure is pretty bearish, and so it's difficult to understand really where we're going to go next, because we could also be in now bullish PA because we've come down and tagged back into this range, and we're back into the discount of the range, and we're actually rejecting now the discount of the range. So it's a difficult one, and we're in that like really annoying kind of mid zone. I was thinking actually when I was looking at the charts this morning, but admittedly from bed, that we might be in a good position for some shorts, but I'm not sure now. I'm taking that liquidity at least. I think this level, how it responds to this level, is going to be really important. We're either going to get a continuation from here, something like this, and we can then trade up like that. That'd be nice, generate some liquidity. But then also, we have also got this kind of trend line liquidity down here as well. Where's the most relevant liquidity right now? Got some sat up there. And and we've got some sat below. We've got a session high and a session low. In terms of our daily, yeah, that's our daily level as well, isn't it? Yeah, it's not as clear cut as I thought it would be actually stepping into the charts this morning. So that's our kind of our framework. Because you've got this order block that we're rejecting at the moment as well. How this rejects is going to be really important. If we can get a breakdown like that, then we could take it down to there. That would be a nice trade for today, to be fair. But equally, that might not happen. We've got we've taken sell side liquidity as well. Yeah, really confusing chart this morning. We've taken liquidity from these equal lows and pushed higher. We've taken liquidity above the news wick. Overall, of course, we're bullish, but we're not that deep in that range. So, is this just end of week profit taking now? We had a Wednesday high created. Are we just gonna, meander down? It's a difficult one. Definitely need some structure. Let's have a quick look at this. So this is looking better from a long perspective anyway. A bit of a pullback, bullish day yesterday. Inside bull. And it had no sweep either, so we've got an inside bull candle there. In a 4 hour range, bullish range internal to the bigger 4 hour range as well. So if we look at the overall, so we're in a range here, just this range here. And then again, much clearer PA on EURUSD for sure. I quite like the look of a long, to be fair. It definitely makes sense. Just need a bit of structure, because right now we are bearish. This time frame, 5 minute time frame, is bearish right now, so I can't really take a buy just yet. It's too much of a risk. It's literally a risk entry. GU doing the same. That was the GU trade that we were talking about yesterday. Exactly the reason why I didn't take it, because when we were looking at EU, we were looking like we could be taking higher structure, which we did ultimately. I did take a little short out of here, got a break even on that one. And then yesterday we took a long out of here and got a break even on that one as well. It's a bit of a boring day for me yesterday. So many times I toy with the idea of just doing like a one-to-one risk to reward strategy and just wondering how much more profitable it would be. My stat sheets show me different, but I think for kind of consistency, a consistent approach, and just getting into the market and out of the market quickly, I think it can't. I think there's definitely something in it. I want to try a challenge on it soon and just do one-to-one and just see where we get to.
Does that mean taking the same trades, or would you take more because you're more likely to hit TP? Like on the EU one, for example. You had a good chance of hitting 1R, right?
Yeah, it's a good question. You probably would take a few more trades as well. If you're only going for 1R, my profit target, whereas at the moment I'll be looking for like somewhere like 3 to 6 for my final profit target to justify my trade. I may not need to do that. And just getting in and out of the marketplace quickly. The older and wiser I get, and the more capital I have, and the less hungry I am for massive wins, the more I think, actually, what could I do with just a one-to-one strategy? And just how much money could I make off it? How stress-free would it be? Like both my trades yesterday, for example, would have been winners, whereas both of them ended up being break-even trades. It's one of them thoughts.
If if you think about it, if you just make 1% a day, then it's unrealistic.
Exactly, yeah.
Rather than paying 1 to 1.
And if you can prove like a 70-80% win rate, then you could do 1.5% a day, or 1.5% per trade, or even 2% per trade. You know.
Yeah, with more data and more confidence, it'll be really
Yeah. I think I might try it for my next challenge and just see where we end up. I think I'm gonna start one on Monday. I want to try a couple of new prop firms, just to diversify a little bit. I'm at a point now where I've got a good amount with FTMO and Top One Trader that I don't really. I lost a load of capital with my Forex funds when they went bust, and it's just made me really nervous about having too much with one company. So yeah, I think I'm going to try. I think someone telling me not funding pips. Hang on, mate. There, my funded FX, is it?
That's one you posted yesterday. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, my funded FX. A couple of people have told me about. It's just there's so many. There's so many to pick from and choose from these days. We'll see. Right, what we doing then, EU? What we doing? How's everyone else, guys? Sorry, I saw you all slip in there. How's you good, mate? Sam, you good?
Yeah, all good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. I had a bit of a lie-in today, so I'm feeling a bit groggy. My 1 day off the gym a week, so I'm up at 5 most mornings to get to the gym, and I had a morning off this morning. Just had a bit of a tough day yesterday. I trained in the morning, and then I had like a 5k run. I met my best mates doing the Movember run challenge, so he was doing like 3 5ks a week. So I went out and did one with him yesterday. So I was just knackered. So yeah, today I had a bit of a lie-in, and do you know what? I swear I'm more tired. I swear I feel worse.
Well, at least you're doing some runs.
That's it, mate. Oh, I've got to do it. I've got to do it for my mental sanity. I'm in the the lucky position now where I have lots of free time, so I try and split up my day as much as possible between like content creation and meetings and one-to-ones and that sort of thing. So it's yes, that's something that I just have to keep my sanity a little bit. It's funny, I didn't think I'd miss like the office environment, but you really do. Like the social element is tough to deal with. Well, you work for yourself, don't you? It's tough to you miss it.
That's the bit I do miss is it's not even well, I've been here for about 8-9 years now, but I do miss the office stuff.
Yeah.
When you're working at home, it's just you yourself and I and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It can get a bit boring, really.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I love it, don't let you ask me.
Do ya?
I love that, to do without anyone else.
Yeah, it's good as well, but at the same time, I think it's just sometimes it's a bit bored, like, there's no one to kind of crack a joke with
bounce
or,
off and stuff. Right, I quite like the look of this.
So, EURUSD.
I'm going to have to use a real tight entry though. So, I'm going to use the MSU2 here. If we get a loss, that's okay, because we'll hopefully get another entry. What are we? 6 pip stop. Yeah, come on, let's do it. It's Friday after all. It's been a boring week. Okay, so that would effectively be TP1 up here. And TP2 would be up there.
So, what's the difference between MSU1 and MSU and MSU2?
I'll show you.
That's how I should make it anyways.
That's right. Okay, so classic MSU, the stop goes below the extreme low.
Yeah.
Okay. What it means though for my first profit target on my first liquidity point, I'm only getting a 1-to-1 out of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I do now, which is a riskier entry model and should be traded with caution and just understand you're going to take a few more losses, but you're also going to get, if you do catch your win, you're going to get to your win quicker, is I'll see that as my extreme low. That would effectively be my extreme there. And I will move my stop from here up to a point where, so hang on, let me do it on the other trade rather than messing with that one. Okay, so that's where I've entered, right? Okay, that would be my MSU stop, and that's my first profit target or my liquidity target. So basically I drag my stop up until I reach 2R.
Right.
Okay, and then ideally that stop would have been below that level there, this level to the left. So ideally that my stop would have been there. That would be great. Sometimes we don't have that luxury, of course. So in this situation it would end up being a 1.6. I've learned now that as long as my setup generally is there, I can get my profit out. You know, so that isn't an ideal stop, but the stop that I couldn't invalidate would be that level. So I couldn't go above there, otherwise the trade just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I need to get my 2R out before my first liquidity point effectively. Sometimes it will mean that I manage it a little bit differently. So sometimes, like in a situation like this, if I start to get some sort of pullback hesitation, I might just like reduce my stop by half or something like this. So I manage it a little bit tighter because I haven't got the protection of the low. But if you look at all of this, all of the imbalance has been filled in now. So there's no imbalance left in there anyway. So it's not really, this should be okay, to be fair. You know, the analysis was there. Everything we were looking for was there effectively. Good example of the 1R setup. We would have been out of the trade now.
Right. Okay.
We'd be out of that trade, wouldn't we? So yeah, so 2R will take me there. I'll take 80% off at that level, and then I'll hold up to kind of the Asia high, and then I can just set and forget. So you'll take a couple more losses trading the MSU2, and we'll do obviously a full module on it in the new course. Take a few more losses, but your wins get to your wins a lot quicker. It saves, like, if you use the classic MSU, you've got to hold all the way up to here to take your first profit target out.
Yeah.
It's got to go a lot further, whereas I can be out there. So I'm happy to take that risk. I'll lose quicker, but I'll also win quicker. You can see this is moving quite well now. Probably going to hit target in a moment. It's been a nice little move, this, isn't it?
I'm with you as well. Check
Oh
it
yeah,
out.
good work, lad. Good work. Come on then.
Sam should be too, because he marked it up this morning.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I haven't taken it.
You silly bugger. You silly bugger. Also, can we just so monthly levels, guys? Can you see how sensitive this level is? Do you understand why I leave it on the market and the market now? So you looking at that, you're looking, obviously it's taken liquidity from below that level, but where has it pushed away from that monthly level? Monthly levels, you know me, I don't like support and resistance. However, monthly levels, I don't think it's a coincidence that their area, I'm not going to use them as something to trade from, but it's just quite canny, as you say, up in Newcastle. It's quite canny how they often act as such good support. They just seem to be quite attractive for price. Look. It might just be psychology. It might just be something that I don't know. It just, yeah, they just seem to be very reactive. So I leave the monthly levels on for about a week or two usually. I'm going to move this trade.
Monthly open or high?
Monthly high, monthly low.
Okay.
I'm going to move this trade to break even now. Just because I don't want it to reverse on us, because we're at an area now where it could reverse on us. Let's just see where we end up. Come on. It'd be nice to get a quick win out for this morning, wouldn't it? Then we could be done for the day and we can enjoy the rest of our days. And Chris, you can enjoy the rest of your holiday. When are you coming home?
I'm home already.
Oh, are you?
Came home on Wednesday.
Oh, How was it? Nice time?
I was lovely.
Yeah,
I've
good.
been here for years. I forgot how nice it is.
Yeah. Where were you? Yorkshire?
Yeah, like have you heard of Malin Cove?
Is it like Yorkshire Dales?
Yeah, Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Near Skipton.
Okay.
Just like north of Skipton.
I've never been, but I've always wanted to go.
Malin Cove. It's like a massive like dry waterfall from the Ice Age.
Oh,
It's
mate.
like huge. It must be like 300 meters high.
Send me some details across. Like that sounds like a little treat. I fancy a little weekend away, so that'd be really nice. We're going to Prague in a couple of weeks, which we're really looking forward to.
But then there's like a place called Gordel Skarna far from it, and that's like a big canyon you can hike over.
Oh, really?
You get on top of the hills if you want to.
Nice.
Sweet. Yeah, it was nice. Thanks. I am looking at that monthly chart as well, checking. Like currently, the current monthly candle is like closing back inside the previous monthly candle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like closes back inside the wick.
Yeah.
Obviously, it might not finish like that. It's just the start of the month.
Yeah, it could be like.
But yeah, that's why that level's so significant, though, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Because we've
What?
obviously stopped it there for some reason.
Think about how reactive prices to levels. Remember, lower time frame levels, they cause quicker reaction, but they have less volume and less cash in them, right? The higher time frame levels, they cause a slower reaction because there's so many more orders. And if you think about the volume of orders that are sat at these levels, there's so many more buyers and sellers, meaning that it takes more time to process those orders through the marketplace. So when you're looking at like a 1 minute level, like we had this morning, you're looking at a 1 minute level, it can cause a quick reaction because the volume of orders is less. So those orders can be settled really quickly, and therefore price can move in the direction that it's designed to move in. Whereas at monthly levels and weekly levels, and as you go down, price will spend longer at them, but the moves will usually be more significant as a result of them. So yeah, it can. You're right. It's rejecting definitely at the moment, and it could just be that it's using the liquidity to grab some more premium pricing. We look at obviously. It depends, doesn't it? Because we have got quite a bullish bias now on dollar because of Trump administration. That should be quite good for the dollar. I would be shocked if this is the bullish push is like a long-term play now. I would expect this to be, look, think about it from a liquidity point of view, from an institutional point of view, we've had a massive sell-off, okay? Huge volumes of orders have been in this area, okay? If you're going to be selling right now, as an institution, you're going to be selling from here. You don't, do you? Because it's shit value, right? So this is the sell area. This is why we look at premium discount, because that is that premium area that we want to be selling from. So if the institutions have made a load of cash selling price down to here, they are going to be buying back up, taking some profit, buying back up. Also, you've got to remember that all the buyers, the institutional input in these sections, like this and this and this, all the buyers now, at the moment, their buy orders are in negative equity. So they've got to close those orders off, which is why often equilibrium and 50% of ranges sometimes will cause price to reject. Oh, I don't like this candle. That's not a good candle.
That's an awful candle.
That's an awful candle. If it closes like that.
Top of the range, look at the video, that tiny little range as well.
Yeah.
Just go over the time frame, it was fine.
Yeah, it does. It does, to be fair. Okay, little retest. As long as we don't break this low, I'm alright. If we break that low, then I think my break even might be getting hit. I hate when trades are this close to your profit target, because you're sitting there. The amount of times it'll come down to break even, and you're like, why didn't I just take some profit off?
Why didn't I go one arm?
Yeah, why didn't I go one up? I'll be out now. I could be walking the dog now.
What is your win rate on that chat?
I don't know. I've not really tested it. I think Chris is right. I think the way that you would trade and the entries that you take would change. So I think the strategy tester works on the basis of higher profit targets because you're obviously just holding those same trades for longer. I'm not 100% sure it gives you accurate data for smaller profit targets, because I think you need to. I think your strategy will adapt to the profit target that you're taking. Like I definitely would take more trades if I only needed to get 1 hour out. And so therefore I'd have to go through a whole testing process. I think I am going to try it. I think I'm going to try it from next week. I'm going to start a new challenge next week with one of these new companies. I think I'm just going to try it. Just go 1 hour, see what opportunities I get. We'll do it as a bit of a feature for the community. It might be, because personally I've never really done it, so it might be quite a good thing, especially with quite a few new students at the moment. It might be quite a good new thing to get some students kind of making some consistent wins and things like that. I don't know. I need the data on it firstly, so I might run it for a little bit and just see where we end up. Oh, you little silly Billy of a candle. That's not good.
Right, I'm going to leave you, lads. Take it easy.
All right, mate. Have a good day.
Yeah.
See ya.
See you later.
Thanks.
Just sell his trap bar, take out some buy Bs, and then it's going to go higher.
Yeah. The concern is that it comes down to your break-even point, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, unless you're going to try to take a sell, right? You just let it play out in my mind, right? You're either B or not, depending on your rules.
Yeah.
It is shit when it doesn't just go up or take the high.
I know, we were close as well. That's why I quite like these tighter entries, the MSU2s, because you can get in and out quicker.
I put my stop larger than you on this trade.
Did you?
Like the ISC, yeah.
You went down here?
Yeah.
Down there?
Yeah.
So where's your profit target? Up here somewhere?
You are, yeah, it's like, what we're at, like 078, 89. 07.
Okay, yeah. Thing is, we knew this was a risk entry, right? Because 5 minute structure, 5 minute structure is still bullish technically. So it makes it look it does make sense. We are entering early. We needed almost, and look, we've only just wicked below that structure. We needed that structure to come in. We've got a lot of obviously justification for price to go short, but really waiting for structure and a bearish push was probably the right thing to do. So, that's why with a trade like this, my break-even rule will generally keep me quite safe. It might hold still, to be fair. I think this might be just a trap, I think this could be a trap.
Do you think it's already priced in that if they're going to take that trap or not? Or it depends on what happens in between that trap being created and what orders come in the markets and stuff? I don't really know if that's even a question.
Repeat.
You know what I mean, though?
What
like
do you...
If they were going to come sweep that low as a trap, or the high, either low, or whatever it was on the DXY there, is that already priced in, and does the algorithm already know it's going to do that? Or does it depend on like the institutions and what orders they put in the next few moments, kind of? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like like, so the big players already know it's going to go where it's going to go, or is it no one knows the answer to that question, or?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's really difficult. It's really difficult to kind of answer the question because I think no one really knows. I think ultimately what's happening here is this initial push. There's been some profit taking. We've also got buyers coming into the marketplace, and the algorithms like the HFT algorithms, they're obviously buying and selling all the time. So I think it's a collection of all of those things kind of coming together all at once, which creates these areas. Then what I think the institutions do is that they see the buying from this level, and then they sell into it, which is why it creates the trap effectively. So they will see now the volume of buyers that have come into this marketplace, and they will then be lumping in sell orders, which is why you get these like consolidations like this, and these areas where price kind of struggles to move. We've got buyers flooding in and sellers coming in. Ultimately, the institutions are going to win that battle. They have more money, and what they're looking for is they're looking for that liquidity. Remember, so they're looking for the buyers and where the buyers are right now, so that they can activate their stops, take their liquidity, and then add in more sell orders. So yeah, I don't think it's like I used to, even so much as kind of 12 to 18 months ago, I used to think that every single move in the marketplace was like pre-planned. I don't think it is. I think it's a lot more reactive than that. I think there are certain plays and there are certain setups that are repeated, which is how we can ultimately make our money, right? But I don't think they say to themselves, right, we're going to sell from 104.660, and then when it gets to 104.480, we're then going to buy. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's that calculated. I think they probably have areas that they know are going to be sensitive, and then they'll respond to however the market reacts to those. That being said, there are probably higher time frame areas that they are, lumping into. Certainly psychological areas. Round numbers, 4.5. To be fair, we've got a sensitive area here because it's a 0.5 number on the DXY. So, obviously on EURUSD, what have we got? Yeah, nothing particularly sensitive up here. So yeah, the thing is, I could be.
Though it makes more sense than how I tried to ask it.
Yeah, I think there's area sensitivity. They understand where the liquidity is, and they understand the mass psychology of the marketplaces as well. They know when people are making stupid decisions, and they play on those. Like this, if the overall intention of the market is to go long, they will now be lumping in buy orders into EURUSD to trap out those sellers that have come in at that level that we've marked.
Yeah. And they'll put like temporary sell orders in to move it down to trap people, right?
Yeah.
So it works.
Yeah. And also to push the market down to a bit more of a discount so that they can buy at a better price.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what causes that classic kind of trend shape, right? Is constant buying and selling to get better prices in both directions.
Right.
I think we might be alright here, lads.
It is hard when you watch trades, isn't it? Just like walking away and letting it play out.
Say again.
And so it's harder watching your trades. You get a lot more like emotional, right? Or
Yeah.
invested in how the candles are moving.
Yeah, I mean, literally, these live sessions for me are like some of the most frustrating sessions because you feel like an obligation to A, take a trade, and B, for the trade to play out. Whereas normally, if I would take a trade, I would set it, and then I would close my charts down and just wait for my alerts to go off. And all of this noise now that I'm looking at, I wouldn't even know about because I would set my alert at like this level. To be fair, I probably would be seeing this now because I probably would have set an alert at that level there. And then, and I would have adjusted my stop slightly. Shut up. door then, mate. Sure. Go on then. Oh, come off it. Are you taking the piss? This dog doing my head in. What do you want? Poppy's not in here. Just barging through my door. My dog's got so like bullshit these days. She's like proper. She's 1 year old now, and she's like got a proper attitude about her. I have treats on my desk. She's constantly just like barging in, like busting, like literally busting through the door.
I love dogs.
Me too. They're so good, aren't they? Right, come on then. Let's get this trap blown. Failure to make a new high, which is always good as well. As long as we don't create any new structure here. So this effectively now is my invalidation point, right? If price comes up and takes that high, then my trade is now invalid. So technically, you could pretty safely move your stop up to here. Because if it invalidates that low, then the market's going to be, it's created bearish structure. Internalized here, you can see here we've got some bullish structure, so that's definitely promising. We've had a push down, meaning that this is most likely a false breaker structure now, meaning that this is most likely a trap, meaning that that trap is most likely going to be blown. If I break below that level, then my trade is invalid because I've created that bearish structure. Same principle as complex reversals, right? So the trap should at least blow as a bare minimum, which will be then for me an area that I'll be taking profits a little bit sooner. Because if we sweep that, this could be a false breaker structure, this therefore could be a trap sweep, and then we could obviously get a setup to go short, right? So that's one to just keep an eye on. Here, this first push, one push is okay, because one push just indicates to us that we are having a pullback, creating a trap to then go short. A second push would not be okay, because a second push will be structure. It shows that there's bullish intention to the marketplace. Right now we've got bearish intention. We've had first breaker structure and a second breaker structure. We entered a little bit early, admittedly, but we got a good entry out of it, and we're, London session open as well, so there's other confluences there. Right now, you just need to take this trap out.
What do you think about the weekly AMD cycle on EU?
Right now, it makes sense to have a bullish day.
Yeah, it's like Monday, Tuesday kind of accumulate, right? The news and the election.
So what I always do with big news events is I do this. It's right here. I use my bars tool and I draw this out, right? And I just move it up.
I like that.
And I just look at what it would be without that news push and what the intention would be without that news push. So the intention of this marketplace is still ultimately bullish in my eyes, until we have a confirmed move, even though we have got obviously bearish input into the marketplace, and that big move kind of can't be ignored. It's a big event, of course. History tells me that the bullish momentum was there in the first place for a reason, right? And they probably knew Trump was getting in for a long time. So for me, the AMD cycle really was accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution, with Wednesday being the low of the week. So that's kind of how I see it. Whether we continue.
You can also say that like Monday was the accumulation, right, and then Tuesday manipulated above.
Yeah, you could see it that way as well.
Though, right? You can argue both.
You can argue both. Yeah, it's difficult some weeks. It's difficult some weeks.
If you go with that large manipulation, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
That's a good little trick with the news candles, though. I might go back and back test that.
Yeah. Just because it often it just displaces price. It puts price in an area that it shouldn't be. Not good. Let's see how it responds to this DXY level. Classic EU manipulation. So Wick's alright.
Yeah.
Grab some liquidity. Divergence on DXY, very low time frame divergence. Failure to make a new high, but was able to make a new low. I might actually take another position on that. Just a little one. I quite like the look at this now. And the traps cause the reaction that they want it to, right? They want that trap to have a small reaction so that buyers start buying into the marketplace, and then they can just sell the shit out of it. So we should get a big move now. Here we go. Let's get a push. Let's blow that trap, and then we can get some profit out.
That little wick on EU wicks into like the 1 minute imbalance as well, huh? Kind of fills most of that.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we're also now building up liquidity, right? Building up liquidity above here. I would be shocked now if we got a loss out of this trade, or we got a break even out of this trade. Actually, this is what I hate about trading, sitting and watching a trade. This is something that I kind of got over a long time ago. It's just sitting and watching trades. And as much as I love doing these live sessions with you guys, I absolutely hate this, because I would not be looking at this trade now. I would have set my alerts and I'd just be off and I'd be doing something else.
Yeah, I used to do that, and I'd be like in the buy, and then I'd get trapped into taking a sell as well. You know what I mean? You hedged, and then
Yeah.
one ultimately loses, and if the other doesn't win, then you take a BE and a loss.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh.
Yeah, you start like trading both ways, sort of thing. Yeah. You start seeing everything, don't you? See every trade.
You want to buy, like, especially when it's like accumulating and contained and stuff.
Yeah. Should hopefully once we can just close below. What time is it now? We're about to close. What's the 1 hour candle looking like? Oh, the 1 hour candle looks good, to be fair. What are we looking at on the 4 hour as well? And we've had a lovely 4 hour sweep as well. Yeah, this all looks very good, to be fair. Well, 4 hour candle closes. If we can get a nice closure on the 1 hour like that, then we might get a bit another pullback, but that should then just inject a bit of liquidity into the marketplace. All the hourly traders will start looking at this candle and think, right, we've got to buy now. It'll be a good buy signal, and look, it's taken out all the liquidity of all of these candles overnight, plus that one. We've got 1 minute till the candle closes. Let's see where we end up. Proper toying with us though, isn't it? Concerns me that it's not breaking through this level easily enough. Like, how much resistance is there and why? I've seen this trade, but felt like I've seen this trade before, where all of a sudden it's just gonna like shoot off bullish. We've got a structure that we need. Come on then. Right, that's the 9 AM closure, which I knew would inject some sort of liquidity. Right, the trap's now gone on DXY. Now we're in danger zone, because this is where we could get a reversal from. We want a nice confident close now. So hourly candles closed very nicely on both charts.
Still not a bad trade regardless of what happens, right?
Yeah, it's not a bad trade. It's not a bad trade. I would just like to take some profit out. I've had basically a break even week. I think I had a loss on Monday. And I didn't trade for like 2 or 3 days, and then I had 2 break evens yesterday. So I just had a bit of a boring week. That's the emotional game, isn't it? Getting to you. That's the thing with trading, is that you've got then all the pressure to be making money, right? Or the desire. We've got to be making money every single week.
I sometimes feel like that, like especially if you miss a good setup as well, you're like, oh, we're wasting time.
Yeah, I do. Have you ever had those weeks? I remember those weeks from years ago where I would have oh shit, I'm still recording this Loom, bollocks. Well, but at least a live session for Loom now, where you have like a really up and down week, and you end the end of the week, and you've like traded like I used to be real bad at over trading. I'd take like 2, 3, 4, 5 trades an hour. Sometimes it felt like, and you get to the end of the week, and you're like at break even, and you're like, oh my god, I've spent like all week trading, and I've literally got nothing out of it. I used to have them quite a lot.
1 hour every trade being 20.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been there before.
I can't sit and watch this anymore. It's doing my head in. I'm gonna.
We're gonna hit TP anyway. Get off.
I'm gonna think. Yeah. Maybe it'll push it over the edge. I'm going to take the dog out for a walk. Whilst this is doing what's doing, DXY is just okay. Right, we're good now. We're good. No, come on. Just keep pushing. Let's get a nice close below that wick. Look, it's just a liquidity sweep. Yeah, I think we're good, lads. I think we should have a nice bearish day, to be fair. We're about to. I basically, just so you know, all of my TP is technically there. I've set my TP profit level here now, guys. Just because I want. Once I tag that, I'm pretty much out of the trade. I'm not going to hold any further. I can't be asked. It's giving me like 1.8%, 1.9%. So I'll take like 80% of it off and then leave like 20% of it in. I'd quite like it to hit it before I jump off though. That'd be quite nice. Come on then. I don't think we've ever got to take profit whilst we're live. I think we've taken trades that have hit take profit, but I don't think we've ever actually done a take profit live. Done. Right. There we go, lads. Lovely little position. Right, guys, I'm going to jump off now, right?
Yeah, man.
Good trading session. Love that. Nice to take profit during a live as well. And yeah, I'll keep you posted in the chat as how the trade's going. Cheers, lads. See you soon. Bye-bye.